the most important thing when you're starting out and you're a young photographer is to take time to work on your own personal projects and come up with, you know, really interesting, quirky stories that no one else is doing, rather than going and covering a big news event like this. This is something I did very late, you know, late in my career, let's say after 10 years or so. But in the beginning, the best thing I could think to do was just find the weirdest story that no one else had done, and that would immediately set me apart from everyone else, you know. So I think that's the single best bit of advice I could give to a young photographer coming up, is, you know, come up with original ideas. And I was starting out, I wasn't the most technically gifted person by any means in my class. I was probably at the lower end of the scale, but I was told that that's something you can learn. But, you know, your natural ability and your interpersonal skills and your work ethic are, you know, not so much things you can kind of develop in such an easy way, like the technical side of things. Having a, you know, a kind of natural ability to put people at ease, you know, so to have a disarming manner to, you know, to open doors, you know, to be kind of quiet in your approach, and not be too forceful. That's how I've, you know, that's how I've done a lot of what I've done, is by you know, being quite gentle in my approach to photographing people, because yeah, ultimately it's like, it's a huge ask to ask people to, you know, let you photograph them. So yeah, to be mindful of that and humble about it. You know, the first part of developing a good story is obviously doing your research and reading and consuming as much material and information as possible, whether it's in the form of news or documentaries or books. You know, I found ideas from all of those different places. So to just consume as much as you can, and then, you know, when you've got a good idea, to, you know, give yourself time to explore it, because not everything, you know, that looks great on paper is going to work as a photo story, and it can be pretty crushing when you've like spent kind of weeks thinking about an idea and researching an idea, and then you go and you try and photograph it and you realize that it's not going to work. Try and establish a relationship with the editors that you want to pitch work to, you know, when you've got an idea. So it's really important to, you know, meet these people face to face, and that's why it's so good to come to things like Visa and have portfolio reviews. So, you know, you meet said editor you want to work for, and next time you send them an email, they know who it's coming from, and they're much more likely to answer it. Yeah, I think, you know, targeting the people that you really want to work for, and, you know, focusing on specific magazines and newspapers and institutions that you want to work for, because, you know, not everyone is suited to every publication or organization. You know, we all have our kind of style and speciality, so to work out where you fit in and then, you know, really go after that.